Firstly, I'd just like to acknowledge that this budget's been delivered off the back of really extraordinary times in Western Australia. The government, the McGowan government, should be commended for the approach that they have taken over recent months to the crisis, to the COVID-19 crisis, and for ushering Western Australia through this time safely and securely primarily with our health intact. When we look at today's budget, it is very much focused on a jobs-led recovery from COVID-19 for Western Australia. So as the Public Sector Union for Western Australia, we're incredibly disappointed that we haven't seen an investment in public sector jobs as part of that jobs-led recovery. Public sector workers assisted Western Australia, drove Western Australia's response to the COVID crisis. They assisted us in the health sector. They continue to deliver public services when many other industries understandably had to shut down. They provided us with that support at the time when we needed it the most, and they'll continue to be pivotal as we move forward and have to recover socially and economically. So it is incredibly disappointing that isn't seeing further investment. Public sector jobs are real jobs that contribute to our economy. And that includes jobs in places like the Department of Communities, which has been charged with leading the social recovery in Western Australia from COVID-19. Over recent weeks, we've learned that the Department of Communities is conducting a functional review. What that is foreshadowing is job cuts. We have been advised by the department that severances are likely. That obviously has a huge impact not only on services, but on people who work in those services, people who deliver services and support services to the community and their livelihoods, their families, and the communities they live and work in. Fundamentally, you can't lead a jobs-led recovery whilst cutting jobs. I just want to hand over now to Rod Schoneveld. He works at the Department of Communities, and he's just going to reflect very briefly on what job cuts would mean for him and his life and his community.
Hi. Just a small preamble to start with. I make these comments in a personal capacity. My statements are not to be perceived as an official comment on behalf of any government department. Okay. So my name's Rod Schoneveld, and I have 40 years experience in assets and facilities management, and I work for the Department of Communities. My team and we support the frontline staff at the department to provide the services to the most vulnerable members of the West Australian community. My team works hard, so frontline staff are safe and secure at their work, are located in readily accessible offices, have safe and well-maintained vehicles, and the necessary built form infrastructure to bring services to those most in need. I'm worried about job losses and what it would mean for my family, my friends, and myself. Should I be made redundant at 60 years of age, I'm sure it'll be difficult for me to find another job, particularly when there are people half my age that are looking for jobs, and there's 13 people for every job vacancy. And the vast majority of these people being, I hate to say it, much younger than me. Needless to say, if I lost my job, I would have to rein in my spending even further than I have at the moment, including going out less. I've delayed my holidays, and I'll be delaying the replacement of my ageing motor vehicle. This obviously has a knock-on effect to my local businesses. I also worry for my son and his fiancée, who've delayed their wedding, their honeymoon, and even the purchase of a new home due to the uncertainty in the economy. These decisions obviously have wide repercussions for the whole WA economy.